Good morning, guys. It is Monday after vacation. I have you propped up in my car here because I don't have my suction cup little holder at the top today. Oh my God, it's been just crazy trying to get back to work because I'm usually very prepared, and this morning I couldn't find my laptop charger. I couldn't find my mount thing for the car. I couldn't find my shoes I was looking for. Just crazy because I soaked it in, guys. Let me see what I had. I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had almost 12 days off. It was so nice, and it's so nice to be back though. Last night we got our pool up, and this morning it is almost full. So what that means is tonight we can all go swimming. Oh my gosh. So I'm looking forward to that because it just keeps me in that summer vacation mode. Today's supposed to be a beautiful day. I'm excited for this beautiful weather. Less humid, bright sunshine, blue sky. So nice. It's just, I love this time of year. I absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to the 4th of July. Big pool party barbecue happening at our house. So I'm excited. What else is going on? I want to talk to you today about my vacation and my weight loss, because a lot of times people struggle when they're away because it's almost like having a free ticket, right? To eat whatever you want and all this other stuff. And I have learned over the last year or year and a half, actually, before I started on my GLP, that you have to enjoy yourself once in a while. It's great to be strict because when you have a goal, you have to be dedicated, right? We can't just do whatever we want and expect the best result. We have to be diligent. So with that comes a sense of deprivation if you're not allowing yourself to live. And sometimes that can create a backfire. It can create self-sabotage. It can create a world of failure where you think it's all about you not doing great. Why is everyone else losing weight and why am I not? That's the mindset that can happen. So you have to allow yourself to live. With all of that behind me, I'm able to do that now. I can go on vacation and have, you saw, I had ice cream from Poppy's. I had a beautiful dinner out at a restaurant. I had birthday cake. I had all kinds of stuff. But for 99% of the time, you saw, I got in a lot of exercise. We swam, we played tennis, we did shuffleboard. We did bocce. We did long walks. We did all kinds of active things during the day. And with all of that creates a balance, which is so nice. And the mindset of just living life and not having to worry if you have a piece of birthday cake, all of those things really allowed me this time to have a vacation of mental freedom. I'm going to use that term quite often moving ahead because that is what this medication allows me to have, mental freedom. I do get hungry because that's normal. We have to feed our bodies. My appetite is suppressed, but not in a damaging way. There was a day where I had less than 1,000 calories, but that doesn't mean that the next day I didn't have 1,500 or 1,600 calories. It's all about checks and balances. You have to go with your gut, but on the GLP, you have to be mindful because there are times where you may forget to eat. You may not want to eat, but it's really important to nourish. I see some people online here that literally can go all day and eat an egg. That's not good, guys. That's not healthy. That's not what the medication was designed for. So if you are one of those people, just be very careful because you could you don't know it because you're suppressed, but you could be doing more harm than good. And maybe some of you just sit on a couch all day and that egg is enough. But if you're moving around like you're supposed to on the med, and you're trying to get in some exercise and do all the right things, then I would really, really caution you from, not eating. I see it more often than not. And, I understand that, because there's times where I just don't want anything to eat either. And depending upon my focus, I can fall into that trap too. So what I'm trying to say is just be mindful. If you see that it's 2:00 and you haven't eaten anything and you're still not hungry, make it a point to eat, because the medication is what's suppressing you, but your body still requires calories and nourishment. And you know as well as I do, we all do better when we eat a well-balanced diet and we're not starving ourselves. So I'm going to get back to you in just a minute on how much I lost while I was away. But I want to say this. Somebody messaged me, I think it was yesterday, asking if I was still an Optavia health coach. And I said no. And this person said that, they ate 15 fuelings in a day and they were still starving. And I went on to briefly explain that plan is definitely a starvation plan. It really is. And I kid you not, every person that I've ever spoken to that has been on it, that is no longer on it, says the same thing that I did. It destroyed me. It ruined the metabolism. It caused binge eating. It made me feel like a failure. All those things. I do believe that plan is good if you have like 10 pounds to lose. I think I took it way too far when I did several years ago. And then it became like an obsession. And I was afraid to eat anything else. It caused a lot of problems. And then it caused a lot of problems with my blood work. So, no, I am not a health coach. If you're seeing any of those videos, they are from several years ago. And I don't recommend it anymore. I don't health coach. I really don't want to ever talk about it again, to be honest with you. So I'm going to try to cut it off right here. Moving on to weight loss from vacation. How did I do? Well, like I said, I enjoyed. I did not drink, though. That's another thing. If you look at your GLP-1, right on it, well, at least mine does, it says avoid alcohol. And why is that? For me, I like to try to follow directions as best as I can. And I know with this medication, it delays gastric emptying. And what that does is, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, it can keep that loopy feeling that you get, the buzz or whatnot, in your system a lot longer. It keeps it into your bloodstream longer. So I don't mind having a cocktail every now and then. I really am not a drinker, but in the summertime, maybe have a cocktail if we go out to eat or whatever. But I'm not like a regular drinker. In fact, honestly, I don't love it, to be honest. I don't like that feeling of being out of control. So I usually limit myself, if I can, to like one drink while I'm out somewhere. On vacation, though, and since I've been on the GLP-1, I haven't had any. And I felt like I didn't even miss it. I just had a Diet Coke or a seltzer or just a regular water. But I enjoyed myself on vacation, and like I said earlier, I did get quite a bit of exercise. So honestly, I was just expecting to break even. But guys, I was down 3.2 pounds. 3.2! I don't even know where that came. I don't know, but I am down 53.2 pounds since June 18th, 2024. I cannot even fathom that. And what's really interesting is I went on one of those scales where you can measure your lean muscle mass, and I have really not lost muscle. So I lost fat. I mean, I'm sure a little muscle, all right, because, that's what happens when you're in a calorie deficit. But I think all the training and all the gym activity when I was training and did all that, I guess my body, I think I'm considered an endomorph is the term. So I have quite a bit of muscle. I mean, I still do. If I like flex and whatnot, I still am pretty, if I can get rid of a little bit more fat, you're going to see some good muscle. But I know I have it there. So remember, having lean muscle versus not having lean muscle is what the interesting thing is. And I know I'm kind of digressing, but I did want to touch on this because some people have been writing to me, through the year, not all at once, and sending me pictures, and it astounds me. So for instance, you could have somebody that weighs, and I'm just going to use 150 as my number. You can have someone weighing 150 pounds standing right here, and another person weighing 150 pounds, and this person looks bigger than this person. Now, why is that? Well, this person will have likely more muscle, and that's why they weigh the same as somebody with less muscle, and they look different. Does that make sense? The person that weighs more looks a hell of a lot better than the person that weighs less. And the person that weighs less looks bigger than the person who weighs more. That is because the person that weighs more has more lean muscle than the other person. I hope what I'm saying makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing. So what does that even mean? That means keep your lean muscle. Do some exercise. Make sure you're doing some kind of resistance training. It doesn't mean you have to get in the gym. You can do body weight exercises. There's lots of things. If you Google body weight exercises to build lean muscle, you'll find them. You will find them. Let's just say you weigh 150 pounds and you're using body weight as your resistance. Perfection. Just do it. Even if you have a set of hand weights at home and they're 2 pounds, 5 pounds, doing bicep curls, shoulder presses, lateral raises, tricep kickbacks, do it. Because a sculpted body, and I'm not talking Michelangelo perfection, I'm just saying, having some muscle on your body really makes you look lean and tight versus flabby and not. Okay, now, I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of things that I'm working on, but I'm just trying to express that because when you're at the pool on vacation and you're looking around and you're seeing people, like I saw people, in their 70s and 80s looking really good, and the reason is because they're active. You sit on a couch all day, you sit on a chair all day, you can't move because you got pain. You can't just succumb to that. It's really bad. You have to keep moving. Do some exercise. Anything is better than nothing. And if you're in pain and you can't move, go to physical therapy. Have physical therapy come to you. Do something. The biggest issue with health in general, getting off the topic of GLP, but mostly important, is movement. You cannot be stagnant. And what is also interesting, while I was sitting at the pool, there were retired people there. And I love to talk to everybody, so of course I was. And we got on the topic of this, and I asked them, since your retirement, what have you noticed the most? And it's amazing. I was talking to 3 women. One of them made the best comment. She said, since I retired, I exercise more. I'm more active. I'm more social. I'm more active. I'm up and out every single day. We're at work. This lady just went to work and sat behind a desk. That was awesome. Another lady was quite frank, and she's like, I feel like I got so lazy. I'm stagnant. I come here, I plant my ass in the chair, she said, and I'm here all day. And her friend started laughing. She's like, yep, that's true. And the other lady was the same, but kind of in the middle. She goes, I usually come here, I sit at the pool for a little while, but then I'm active. I get out, I ride my bike, I do tennis, whatever. So like, I'm absorbing all of this, and I'm finding it fascinating because it's all about choice. Like, if you sit and decide that you want to sit at the pool all day long and then go home and sit again on your couch, that is horrendous for your body. And I don't care, you may say it's not a big deal and all this other stuff, but it is. Mentally, it will destroy you. Physically, you can't move after a while. You're going to get stiff, you're going to get pain. Don't do that. So while I am now 56 years old, postmenopausal, that is my focus now that I am down 53.2 pounds, is to continue with my activity. Make sure that every single day I am doing something. I'm on my way to work right now. You all know that because I mentioned it. What am I going to do later? Well, I'm going to go walk my dogs. So I usually do at home, we usually do a mile. So we do a mile walk. I plan on swimming with my family. So we're going to go swimming later. So that's a little bit of cardio. And then later in the day, and I will probably, we're planning on it, but I don't know how it's going to go down depending on how long we swim. But we want to ride our bike. Now, listen to this. We live right across the street from us, and around the block is a beautiful lake. Beautiful. People fish there. There's a walking, section. You can walk around the lake. But our town has done this extraordinary thing. They took an old railroad line that wasn't being used through several towns, and they have been paving it, and they made a bike trail, walking trail, just like the one that I grew up going to. But now I can go right across the street and down the corner and be there. So that should be hopefully completed in the next few weeks. It's already been dug out. It's all rocked. It's all compacted. They put the bridge. There's a beautiful bridge by the lake. And I believe this week they're starting to pave. So that is going to take us through 6 towns in my neighborhood, which is crazy long. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's over a 50-mile. It's huge, and it's supposed to go all the way up into New York State when it's all done. So for me, that is just, I'm not saying I'm going to do 50 miles, but what's really nice is I can be on like a bike path with my bike, or if I want to walk, I can do that too. But that is just cream of the crop for me, because if you've been following me for years, you know we love to go on these bike trails, these paved bike trails. We love to be outside. We love nature. And now there's going to be one right by my house. What? How lucky are we? So I will continue with the activity. I will continue doing some resistance training at the gym, not diving into it like I used to, but absolutely doing it. And now that it's summer, it's so easy to get exercise. So 3.2 pounds down on vacation, and continuing with the exercise and being active. That's the key takeaway from this video, guys. And also, like I said before, mental freedom, that is just key. Just be free. Live your life. If you're on a GLP, you know what I'm talking about. That food noise is gone. So you're able to live your life. If you're not on a GLP and you're struggling with your weight, Talk to your doctor, guys, because it has been nothing but a life-changing thing for me. I look forward to being on this for the rest of my life so I can just have mental freedom, clarity, all the things, enjoying my life now and not worrying about putting an extra piece of broccoli in my mouth because it has too many carbs. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That was my mindset. And I'm saying for me, ridiculous. You don't get heavy eating broccoli. Keep that in mind. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.